Yeah, okay. Like when you're like, oh, maybe I don't know. You are meeting what, tomorrow? Tuesday. Okay. Oh, well, they'll find a place that you can lay down. Oh, yes. Oh, okay. I've never been in one of those. You've done this before. Not with the center. But he also said, so I'm like, well, let's talk about that later. Thank you, Sherry. Good morning. Welcome to Riverbend United Church. It's lovely to see you on this spring morning. I remind us that we are an affirming ministry of the United Church, which means no matter what, you are welcome here. Welcome as well to you fine people joining us online. And we do have communion today, so if you're online worshiping with us, you may want to have a piece of bread and a cup nearby. I think we have a couple of announcements. I'll let Christine Enns give one. Yes?
Good morning, everyone. I just wanted to let you know that I left a sign-up sheet at the back for greeters. I think it's really wonderful when we have a nice welcoming presence at the church as folks come in, and in particular in August when we'll be greeting members of St. Paul's for worship throughout the month. So I put the form back there. There's 2 slots for each Sunday. Ideally, it would be nice to have 2, especially in August. And so I welcome you to think about which summer Sundays you'd like to commit to being here and also to be a welcoming presence. Thank you.
Thank you, Christine. Yes, we do worship with St. Paul's all of July. So keep that in your minds, and there will be some maps printed starting next week. And we are sister congregations. We go there in July, and they will join us in August. If you don't know, I will be on a leave of absence this summer to spend time with my elder mom. And it starts after next Sunday, so I will be here next Sunday. And we are going to resurrect, so to speak, our Connection Corner next Sunday, which means right there in the narthex, there will be cookies and punch and a time of fellowship after worship next Sunday. But perhaps even more importantly, next Sunday we are rolling out the first ever, possibly only ever, we'll see how it goes, Humor Sunday, Holy Humor Sunday. And today is the last day. If you have a submission, if you don't have to submit it, but we need to know if you have some content, a joke, a story, a short video, no more than a minute. Please sign up in the narthex before you leave today, or if you're online, you can email the church, contact us at riverbendunited.org. So let us know if you have something to share, and next Sunday will be fun in honor of the psalmist who said, "Come before God with laughter." So that will be next Sunday, and I'm really looking forward to it. I have to tell you, I told the care team something that happened yesterday at a wedding, and I just told them because I thought, oh, it's kind of, it's just a little story. And they rolled in laughter, so they said, I have to tell it next Sunday, so I will. You have to wait for that. Any other announcements? The youth are doing lawn bowling next Saturday, so if you've got a youth or are a youth, you can think about that. And last, most importantly, is our annual meeting. We have a congregational meeting right after worship today. Just a short meeting to elect our new official board, who will take the reins starting September. So if you can stay around after worship, we will elect our new board at a congregational meeting. Let's take a breath of the Spirit and remain seated as we sing the first verse of, just a moment, "Will You Come and Follow Me?" Because today is Pride Sunday, and we want to ask ourselves, will we really follow Jesus into radical, absolutely unconditional love? Verse 1 only.
Morning, everyone. Please join me in the call to worship. Will we follow him, really follow him into love? We gather here to recommit to the way of love lived by Jesus. May we open our hearts, our minds, and our lives to the one who calls us to welcome our neighbors as we welcome Christ. May this be a house of love where all are welcome, no matter what. And please join us in the opening hymn, "Let Us Build a House," voices 1, 4, and 5, in more voices, number 1.
Our children are invited to go downstairs now with Alec, and there's a baby room behind the piano for wee ones.
I think they're keen. Good morning. Our psalm today is Psalm 33, found on page 760 in Voices United. Shout to God for joy, you righteous. Praise is fitting from loyal hearts. Give thanks to God with the harp. Sing praise to God with the 10-string lute. Sing a new song to God. Play skillfully and with shouts of joy. The word of God is true. God's every deed is faithful. Love what is right and just. The earth is full of your constant love. By your word the heavens were made, the countless stars by the breath of your mouth. You gathered the waters of the sea as in a goatskin. You stored the deep in cisterns. Let all the earth fear you, O God. Let all the inhabitants of the world stand in awe. For you spoke, and it came to be. You commanded, and it stood firm. You foiled the plans of the nations and frustrate the schemes of the peoples. Your counsel, O God, shall stand forever, the purposes of your heart through all generations. Happy the nation who has you as God. Happy the people who choose you alone. Our heart rejoices in you, O God, because our hope is in your holy name. Let your steadfast love be upon us as we put our trust in you. And our gospel reading today is from Luke 10. It's a familiar one. Verses 25 to 37, and I'll be reading the version from the Message. Just then, a religion scholar stood up with a question to teach Jesus. Teacher, what do I need to do to get eternal life? He answered, what's written in God's law? How do you interpret it? He said, that you love the Lord your God with all your passion and prayer and muscle and intelligence, and that you love your neighbor as well as you do yourself. Good answer, said Jesus. Do it and you'll live. Looking for a loophole, he asked, and just how would you define neighbor? Jesus answered by telling a story. There was once a man traveling from Jerusalem to Jericho. On the way, he was attacked by robbers. They took his clothes, beat him up, and went off, leaving him half dead. Luckily, a priest was on his way down the same road, but when he saw him, he angled across to the other side. Then a Levite, religious man, showed up, and he also avoided the injured man. A Samaritan traveling the road came on him. When he saw the man's condition, his heart went out to him. He gave him first aid, disinfecting and bandaging his wounds. Then he lifted him onto his donkey, led him to an inn, and made him comfortable. In the morning, he took out 2 silver coins and gave them to the innkeeper, saying, take good care of him. If it costs any more, put it on my bill. I'll pay you on my way back. What do you think? Which of the three became a neighbor to the man attacked by robbers? The one who treated him kindly, the religion scholar responded. Jesus said, "Go and do the same."
Good morning. One of the things that hurts my heart as a follower of Jesus is the thought of someone journeying in faith alone, not by choice, but because they're unable to find companions to walk with. When trying to connect with the church, they've been made to feel uncomfortable, unwelcome, and unloved because of the gender pronoun they use, or because they're in a same-sex relationship, and that hurts my heart. Which is why one of the joys of being part of this community of faith is knowing that support, care, and love for each other are found within these walls. Whatever our sexuality, gender identity, or colour, we come to worship together, to sing and pray together, and to proclaim the gospel together. You may have read the book Revisiting the Parables of Jesus by Lisa Lopez-Smith, and the retelling of the Good Samaritan is a parable that has stayed with me and I have read many times. The question is seemingly so simple. Who is my neighbour? And I believe this retelling can give us all food for thought. Everyone knew of Dr. Robert. When he walked through the crowded room, people seemed to part like the Red Sea before him. He arrived early to hear the teacher speak. And as the room filled, he made polite small talk with some of his closest colleagues, who, like him, had claimed seats at the front. Although everyone in the crowd recognized him, almost no one approached him. His presence commanded respect, but also brought a measure of fear into the hearts of the faithful. Most people had read one of Dr. Robert's many books or articles. With multiple academic titles from renowned faith-based schools, he was recognized expert on morality and practically every aspect of living in faith. Dr. Robert, no one ever called him Bob, had teachings ranging from appropriate clothing to raising God-fearing children. He could tell you the how, what, and when of work and play without a moment's hesitation. And he had a lot to say about sexual purity. No one would accuse him of being unfair, but he was certainly unyielding. He was fond of saying that there is no such thing as bad luck, just bad choices. He sourced his information only from the scriptures and then helpfully defined it with practical life rules for the masses. The teacher spoke long into the afternoon, and amidst the multitude, Dr. Robert sat quietly listening. He liked to be in the public eye. He felt that he had a responsibility to exemplify the holy life for the sake of others. As a church leader, it fell on him to remind the crowd of the serious consequences of being too lax in keeping the law. So he looked for an opportunity to speak, and when the teacher paused to take questions, Dr. Robert stood up. "Teacher," he began, his voice booming so that all could hear him, "what must I do to inherit eternal life?" Turning back to him, the teacher replied, "What's written in the law? How do you read it?" Although Dr. Robert was used to theological debate, he was a bit startled when his question was turned back to him so unexpectedly. He answered quickly, not wanting anyone to doubt the depth of his knowledge of the scriptures. "Love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your strength and with all your mind, and love your neighbour as yourself." The teacher smiled softly. "You've answered correctly. Do this and you will live." But Dr. Robert was nothing if not exact. He wasn't about to let the teacher off so easily. The law must be fulfilled to the letter, and the law must be specific to avoid making mistakes. One needed to know more precisely who was and wasn't a neighbour. There was no need to assist someone who was the responsibility of someone else. It would be a distraction from keeping the law. And Dr. Robert's powerful voice rang out again, "And who is my neighbour?" Nervous murmurs filled the room and then gave way to silence. The teacher fixed his piercing eyes on Dr. Robert and facing him started to tell a story. They left her in a damp alley, halfway between the majestic old cathedral in the gentrified part of town and the ghetto run by the drug lords. She was crumpled up against the rusty green dumpster. The viciousness of the attack had spared no part of her. She was covered in blood. Her wounds would leave scars that would never disappear. Blood and grime matted her stylishly cut silver hair, and an open gash extended across her aging brow. The pastor from one of the massive uptown churches passed by the alley as he made his way towards the rougher side of town. A local politician had asked him to join him for a photo op at one of the neighbourhood shelters. With the election campaign just ramping up, the politician needed the support of his old friends, particularly those who carried some moral weight. The pastor heard a moan from the alley, and he paused in his brisk stride to take a look. From a distance, he saw the woman, her clothes torn and dirt smeared on her body. She certainly didn't look like someone who lived on the street, but she was clearly not living the right way. Here were the consequences of making bad choices in life, he noted. Bad choices weren't necessarily limited to the homeless and addicted. Even people from good positions in society could stumble. And he knew right then what he must preach about on Sunday. He would describe this picture to his congregants as a warning to keep the laws or risk winding up in such a mess. He would never let one of his flock go so far astray. And disdainfully he walked on, careful to keep as much distance as possible. A while later, a youth group leader from a different church strode by in his buoyant style. He had secretly planned to meet someone where he could be sure no one from his church would see him. "Ah!" he shrieked when he saw the woman lying in the alley. "Is she dead?" She half-consciously turned her head toward him as if to answer. He jumped back. "I have to get out of here." He couldn't be seen near here in case the police were about to show up. What story could he make up to explain what he was doing in this part of town? And look at all that blood. His face creased with thought. Maybe I should call the paramedics, anonymously, of course, so someone could make sure she's all right. He reached for his iPhone but paused. If someone saw him flashing around a fancy new phone, they'd attack him and leave him in worse shape than the woman. He hurried off. He'd make the call once he could be sure he was safe. Moments later, a tall figure came round the corner. Her hips swayed suggestively and her skirt was impossibly short. There was something a bit odd about her overtly feminine walk and the way she tossed her long hair about. She was an interesting blend, strong, masculine features framed by a woman's hairstyle. She was the type that caused people to turn and stare or to glance away awkwardly. Marie, which was the name she preferred to be called, was strutting by when she noticed the body next to the dumpster and let loose a squeal followed by a string of expletives. She rushed over to the woman, high heels clattering on the uneven pavement. Ignoring the broken glass and used needles littering the alley, Marie knelt down and gently brushed the strand of silver hair off the stranger's face. She plunged her hand into her handbag to find anything that would stem the flow of blood from the gash above the older woman's eye. She pulled out a beautiful scarf. "Oh, thank God I brought this," she thought, as she pressed it against the wound. She noticed the style of the woman's ruined clothes and the plain wooden cross that the thieves had left around her neck. The silver-haired woman looked like the respectable religious sort, just the type of person who generally thought people like Marie were filthy and unclean. She looked a lot like the dignified religious folks who frequented the anti-gay groups and who picketed against pride events. Didn't matter. Marie couldn't just leave the woman lying here in the filth among the dirt and garbage. "Ma'am," she said reassuringly, "I'm going to try and help you here. Can you move your hands or feet?" The woman's voice was too feeble to understand, but together, Marie half carrying the older woman, they shuffled to the curb. Ambulances weren't quick to arrive in this neighbourhood, but fortunately Marie's car was parked just around the corner. She dashed back to get it and pulled up next to the curb. Gently, she eased the old woman into the seatbelt and took great care buckling her seatbelt to avoid wounds. Marie tucked the woman's hair behind her ear and then reached for one of her fancy bottles of water and helped the woman sip a little. Marie then found one of her nicer blouses in the trunk. It would have to do, and she wrapped it around another gash of the old woman. Blood and sweat oozed onto the seat of the car, but Marie didn't bother to wipe it up. She had to get the woman some proper medical attention. The woman's condition grew worse still by the time they arrived at the hospital, and she had slipped into unconsciousness. Worry crossed Marie's normally guarded face. The older woman ID had been stolen with her purse, and it would be days before her family would know where to find her, and that would not do. Exiting the hospital, Marie headed to the high-end shop where she liked to purchase her own lotions and beauty products, and she filled her baskets with soap and shampoo. She bought a comb, a toothbrush, slippers, lip balm, pajamas, and a change of clothes. The older woman would certainly need them once she'd recovered a bit more. There was a fancy florist near the hospital who asked outrageous sums of money for their flowers, but Marie bought the loveliest arrangement and had it delivered to the older woman. Back at the hospital, Marie paid for a room upgrade to give the woman some privacy. And when the old woman was wheeled in, Marie sat at her side, holding her hand until visiting hours had ended. In the moments when the old woman was overcome with sleep, Marie stayed by her side and daydreamed of when she was young. Somehow life didn't seem so tainted by hurt back then. She reflected on the hate that seemed inevitably to grow between people who were different. It was getting late and visiting hours were ending. She had to leave, and checking in with the nursing staff, she made sure that they knew how to reach her should the woman need anything. The teacher finished the story, and the silence in the auditorium was complete. It was several moments before he spoke again, and addressing his question to Dr. Robert, he asked, Which of these three do you think was a neighbour to the beaten woman on the street? The silence felt uncomfortable to Dr. Robert. The whole crowd was watching him in his prominent seat at the front. Anyone who fell outside of the traditional definition of male and female was basically unmentionable to him. They were condemned as per his black and white reading of the scriptures. He had left no room for exceptions in his many books on the subject. Dr. Robert spoke stiffly. The one who had mercy on her. Go and do likewise, the teacher replied simply. And now we're going to sing For Everyone Born. Please stand as you're able and inclined.
A moving story, Carolyn, and your words at the beginning as well. And the music, the anthem, the hymns, just touching. I want to thank our affirming team for helping to put this service together and helping to lead it. I wonder if there is anything going into the future more important than letting every single human being know they are loved, whether that is by including someone who has been marginalized, or by offering someone a meal, or a ride, or a call of care. For everyone to know that they have a place at the table of love, that they belong to the love of God. I wonder if there's anything going forward that can solve our earthly challenges and global tensions any more than being sure we do whatever we can to be inclusive and let everyone know they belong in the love of God. What are your prayers this morning? Your prayers of joy and gratitude, your prayers of sorrow, concern? I just want to start because we've had a lot of weddings recently, and several of them have had connections with our church. Two of our brides, our beautiful brides, are here today. Emily Winjack, sorry, I just saw her go, no. Emily Winjack is Gail and Ori's granddaughter, and she was married to Cam here, and it was a beautiful wedding. And also, Mr. and Mrs. Van Husted are here, Kaylee and Braden. We married them last Saturday. So we have a joy of sharing with our young couples, and it's an extra joy when they are part of our church. This week, we also, she's downstairs now, but we married Quinn's parents, who have been together as common law partnership for 11 years, and they called this week and said, we want to be married. So we did. We married them. They went and got a license, and we married them right here this week. And then yesterday at the McDonald Hotel, we married Jim and Susan Schetzel's son, Ryan. And so that was a joy as well. So this is a different year. We haven't had this many weddings, but what a delight it has been. And Braden and Kaylee and Emily, so wonderful that you are here. You look a little different than you did when we last met. Beautiful brides indeed. What are your prayers of joy or concern? Yes, Marv.
So today is the birthday of a very special person. No, it's not me. It's my better half, Christine Enns.
Oh.
Please stand for maximum embarrassment. So for those of you who don't know Christine, she's kind of the ultimate church lady. She spent about 20 years on the board, so she started when she was 5. Been leader of the spiritual formation team for a long time, currently M&P. She's leader of the turkey team, blah, 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 et cetera, et cetera. So anyways, I realized I forgot to get her a present, so I thought the ultimate church lady would probably appreciate if the congregation would sing her happy birthday, so here you go.
That wasn't the reason why I sat in the front, just so you know. This gives me the opportunity to say something, actually, that is church-related. Last week, Alec mentioned that this Sunday is her last Sunday working with the children. And she made a plea that she hoped that somebody would come forward and help with the children downstairs for 2 more Sundays so the kids could go right through to the end of June. And she told me this morning that 𝗥𝗶𝘃𝗏𝗃𝗏 has stepped up to look after that for the next 2 Sundays. Now, Annika's not here to concur, so I hope that the information that I received this morning from Alec is correct. But I wanted families to know that they will continue on through the next couple of Sundays.
Thank you, Christine. That was a nice deflection, but that is good news. And I'm glad you brought up 𝗥𝗶𝘃𝗏𝗃𝗏 because the Schoenhardt family is traveling back from Saskatchewan, where they have been laying Joanne Little's, Joanne Little is Annika's mom. They've been laying Joanne Little's mom's ashes to rest in Saskatchewan this weekend. So we keep the Schoenhardt family in our prayers. Yes, Holly.
Good morning, everyone. About 6 weeks ago, I stood up in front of you. I was having a really bad time. I wasn't feeling well. I didn't know what was going on. I was actually quite desperate. Me who doesn't like to stand in front of people and have people look at me and have all that attention. You'd never know it the number of times I've been up talking to y'all. But I just wanted to follow up with what happened. And first of all, thank everyone so much for the support and the love. When you're down and you're desperate and people are coming up to you and sharing their love and their prayers with you, I can't tell you what a difference that made to me. I got to see a specialist finally, an amazing specialist who got me in to have all the testing done in one day, who then met with us at the end of this really hectic day and sat with us for an hour and explained options and possibilities. Long story short, I'm okay. Thank you. We're monitoring. We're going to take it one step at a time. I'm going to follow up and go in to make sure that everything's going okay. But I'm feeling good. And it turns out that this whole mess is the result of being 61 years old and having what many men have, which is an enlarged prostate. Yeah, a lot of fun. And the women are going, oh, big deal, big prostate. I'll give you some issues to worry about. But there we have it. Thank you so much for your love, for your support. On a day where we're talking about welcoming, I want to tell you that that little boy is always beside me. I don't have an imaginary friend. It's me when I was younger. And he wasn't accepted, and he wasn't welcomed, and he wasn't loved. And I get to show him every time I come here, see, there are places where you'll be welcomed and loved. You just got to show up as you are and have faith that you'll find it. Thank you.
Hi, as Valerie mentioned, I married my best friend Brayden last Saturday, so that is a joy I'd like to share. Another blessing was my grandma, who I'd mentioned previously, dealing with the health issues. She had her foot amputated right before the wedding, about 6 days before, and she was able to get a day pass from the hospital and attend the ceremony, so that was quite a blessing. And then a concern. The evening of our wedding, our house flooded from the rain. So we have insurance we're dealing with. We have a lot of damage in our home. So yeah, if anyone knows a good roofing person, please let us know. We might need a new roof. But yes, that is all. Thank you.
Thanks for sharing that, Kaylee. Yes, Tom.
Dale Irving is a United Church minister who was ordained, I think, 59 years ago, and has been active in retirement, and he organized the retired ministers gathering a couple of months ago. And he suddenly got sick, and it turned out to be inoperable cancer, prostate cancer. And he is in hospice at St. Joseph's, and I don't know how many of you know him. He's touched many lives in his ministry, but he is physically very low. He's alert. He's open to visitors if they're very brief, and I would like us to remember him in our prayers.
Thank you for sharing that, Tom. Reverend Dale Irving. Yes, he has touched many lives indeed. Sorry.
Hi, this is really quick, and it's way in advance, but it seems appropriate that today I remind people that we will be having a group marching in the Pride Parade, which will be in August. But because people will be gone and around during the summer, keep in mind and watch the newsletter for where we will meet and where we will march. It's really fun, it's very powerful, and I just wanted to highlight it for people's summer.
Thanks, June.
I have one joy. As I was driving in this morning, I live in Brookside, which is just on the other side of 53rd Ave, and early morning for a care team meeting. Anyway, as I was driving, which is a very short drive to Riverbend Road, this beautiful rainbow was huge. It was a full arc. And as I'm looking at it, the one side, the colors were so vibrant and bright, and I thought, am I going to drive under that arc? And the colors, it was so fitting for today being Pride Sunday. It was just so vibrant and beautiful, and I think I was the only one that saw it because I was telling the care team, but nobody saw it. But I was just at the right place at the right time. It was the most gorgeous bouquet, or rainbow ever. So I just wanted to sense that joy.
Perfect image for Pride Sunday morning. Let's sing our prayer hymn, Lord, listen to your children praying, and we'll follow that with silent personal prayer. In the United Church of Canada, all are welcome to Christ's table, no matter what, because all belong in the love of God. You're invited to come forward down the center aisle as you're able, and then receive a piece of bread and dip it in the cup. We use grape juice, and then return to your seats by the outside aisle. The center serving station has gluten-free elements, and if you would like to be served in your seats, just lift a hand and servers will come to you. We take a breath of the Spirit as we share in our communion liturgy, and we'll be using the music from More Voices. The words will be on the screen.
God be with you. And also with you. Lift up your hearts.
We lift them to God.
Let us give thanks to God.
It is right to give our thanks and praise.
Though creation sometimes weeps,
We wait lovingly for you, source of life.
You created the heavens, the earth, and all that is in them. You bring the snows in winter and open flowers in spring. You are beyond the galaxies, under the oceans, and inside each grain of wheat.
Thank you for the wonders of creation. Though humanity sometimes weeps, we trust in you, Creator. You lived among us as a teacher, healer, and friend, giving everyone around the world a sacred path to follow. Thank you for the worldwide fellowship of disciples. We do our best to faithfully share your love with all of creation and bring your radical welcome to everyone we meet. And we sing, Rob.
In Jesus, love incarnate, you provide us all we need for each day. His words comfort the weary, his actions challenge the contented. His touch heals the sick. His presence feeds the deepest hunger in our souls. In the way of Jesus and in his feast, you provide for us the sustenance we need to respond to the cries of creation.
The bread of life nourishes our deprived bodies. The cup of blessing revives our thirsty souls. The gathered community strengthens our growing faith. And we sing. Though the church sometimes weeps, we wait lovingly for you, God. We join with our siblings around the world, remembering the story. On the night on which Jesus was betrayed, he took the bread and he blessed it and he broke it and he gave it to his disciples and he said, "Take and eat. This is my body which is given for you. Do this in remembrance of me."
After supper, he took the cup. He gave thanks and gave it to his disciples, saying, "This is the cup of the new covenant, poured out for you and for all people for forgiveness. Do this in remembrance of me."
Holy One, we remember and give thanks for your child, Jesus. And we ask that you bless and pour your Spirit on us gathered here and on these symbolic gifts of bread and cup. May this broken bread be made whole in our taking. May this cup overflow in our sharing. With these symbolic elements, nourish and enliven us, our Creator, our Redeemer, our Sustainer. Praise be to you now, tomorrow, and forever. The gifts of God for the people of God. Will you pray with me? Oh God, we give thanks for this holy meal made of ordinary elements of earth. May we be renewed by your love as we go forth to share your unconditional love with others. In the name of the Christ we pray, amen. We are invited to respond to God's grace with our gifts. Gifts come in many forms. Your financial gifts keep the church alive and the lights on and the staff happy. So thank you for your ongoing generosity for Riverbend United Church, and we pray that all of our gifts will be used toward letting others know that they too have a place at the table and food in their belly. Our final hymn is Draw the Circle Wide. More voices, number 149. We're invited to stand as we're able, if we wish. Thank you for that. I got a little distracted in the last verse by seeing one of our parents chase down her children and very kindly and sternly bring them back. We love you all. Thank you for choosing to worship with us this morning. I know your presence makes a difference to us as a community of faith, and I pray it makes a difference to you and to the community beyond. Let's remember Jesus' very simple and compelling words. Go and do likewise. Go in peace, friends. Amen. And remember, we have a congregational meeting now.